So it took me a minute to go ahead and record this video. I don't know why I chose today. I'm trying to lively up my face here. I just put on a little bit of astringent. Anyway, today's been rough. A little bit. I just took my son, my 7-year-old child, to go get COVID tested this morning. And I don't know why I thought today was going to be just a great day to go ahead and hop on here and record this video, because it's definitely not the ideal day, but I've been trying to think about what would be a good day to do this, and I haven't come up with a good day yet, so I guess today is as good as any. I'm at home, and I said, let me go ahead and just hop on here and do this video today. So it is January. It's end of the month. It's end of January. And you know, it's been a good little Christmas break or whatever. But as you know, COVID is still ravishing our country and making things hard for everybody. I mean, everybody. We've been through an election at this point. You know, we all know what's going on. I ain't got to break it down to y'all. But my life has definitely hadn't been hard the last couple of months. Not any harder than it usually is, but it's been challenging. And that's why I've had a hard time trying to figure out when would be a good time to make this video. Because I'm hopping on here to let you guys know that I failed a class last semester. Yep, I failed a nursing class. And, you know, I've had enough time now, because I found out about it before the semester was over. Actually, before finals were even over, I found out about that I would have to, that I have failed the class. So, that's why I am now updating you guys about what exactly happened. So, I was thinking about making this video earlier, but I hadn't done it because I really didn't know whether or not I was going to be able to actually continue on in the program. And so I had kind of made up in my mind that if I didn't know how to come at it, honestly. I didn't know, like, you know, when will be a good time to share it, because I wanted to be able to know what exactly was going on before I shared it. So, I might as well just give y'all the story. So what had happened was, during finals of last semester, I really struggled with this class. It was Adult Health 2 that I really struggled with. I actually struggled with both classes last semester. Third semester, I'm sure, as I had explained to you guys before, is a very challenging semester. So I really, really struggled last semester, all last semester, with both classes. I had 2 classes that I was taking last semester, both with the clinical, Adult Health 2 and pediatrics and obstetrics, with a clinical for both. So I believe that Peds and OB is a 4-hour class, and Adult Health 2 is a 3-hour class, and both of them carry a 2-hour clinical. For y'all that don't know what that means, the hours with the course just basically means the weight of the course, and it varies, and it's different for nursing classes as well. So yeah, had both of those classes last semester. Very hectic schedule, very demanding. Both of those courses were, and in this program, it's pretty much rumored that third semester is the hardest semester. So I anticipated it going in. Second semester was tough as well, as I've explained already. But third semester, it was a beast. It really was. So I, during finals, I pretty much knew what I needed to make on my final in order to pass the class. I didn't do horrible on all of my tests. There are 4 tests throughout the semester, and then there's a final. Each test is worth a percentage for this class. I think that it was 12.5% each test, and then the final is 20%. So when you get to the level of education that I'm at, especially with nursing, you can pretty much figure out by the numbers, because everything is a numbers game when it comes to nursing and grades and all of those type of things, because it's all a numbers competition. So I knew what I needed to make on the final by the time finals came around. I didn't do horrible on all of the tests, but I bombed at least one. I remember bombing cardio. Yeah, cardio got me. So, and then, actually I actually remember the day I took my cardio test, which is the third test. So, and that's why COVID is throws a wrench in everything. And I'm not gonna sit up here and blame COVID, because I definitely could have studied better on that test, and probably made a better grade. But on this particular day, I remember this day, I'm sitting at home, probably going through some last minute notes, getting my stuff together, getting ready to go take the exam. It's exam day. So I get a message on GroupMe from one of my clinical students, one of the students that are in clinical with me, and she says that she had tested positive for COVID, literally an hour before I go take my test. So of course she has to report this to the school. She can't go up there and take the test because she tested positive, and we things are kind of up in the air because we had just left clinical with her 2 days, or actually the day before. Yeah, the day before we were in clinicals with her, and she told me that she tested positive. Well, she told the group that she tested positive. So we're all standing by, and it's like literally an hour before we gotta go, and I think that my anxiety probably just got the best of me, and I don't know. I just like flipped out. Like, I don't know. That's why, like, because COVID thing is so weird. And I'm not trying to blame COVID, but I'm telling you, it definitely had a hand in why I failed that class this semester, because that test was the heaviest test we had last semester. And I was already kind of freaking out about it. I was already antsy about it. I was already like, this is so much material. I just want to do this and I just want to get it over with. So when I found out about the whole, she had tested positive for COVID thing, because when someone tests positive for COVID, or, we're found to have an outbreak within our cohort, or, whatever group we're in, they basically made us quarantine last semester for 10 days. And so when I found out about that, I'm like, oh, well, we're going to all have to quarantine for 10 days. I'm not going to be able to go take this test today. I just really want to get this over with. So what I ended up doing was going through the proper channels, like really swiftly. They have this program that's kind of set up in order for us to report if we've been around somebody with COVID, and to see whether or not we're allowed back on campus. So I like immediately did that day. Like I immediately was like, let me go ahead and call these people and get it over with. So that's what I did. They told me I was cleared to come to campus. So I went to campus. Like I missed class, but I was in communication with my professor, like, hey, can I please just come up there and take this test? And so she was like, okay, well, you can come up here and take the test. I'll sit you in a room and I'll proctor you. Okay. That's where I messed up at, because I could have waited. I could have just been like, okay, let me just wait along with everybody else. Let me not jump to any conclusions real quick. But I didn't. I went up there that day after being flustered and all worked up about this whole COVID thing. And I took the test and I bombed it. And that test ended up coming back to haunt me, because if I had just done a little better on that test, I probably would have passed the class. But that's in hindsight, as there's nothing I can do about it now. But so anyways, I go take the fourth test. The fourth test was like neuro or something like that. I did really well on that test. It's probably the best test that I had. So by the time finals came around, I was like, okay, I'm in a decent position. I could either pass it or I could fail it, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. I was in the same position at the end of second semester. So I basically was like, well, let me just go ahead and just, try to see if I can do it. Like, I didn't want to drop the class. So I was praying for a miracle. And I got really close. Got really, really close. But I did not pass it. So my teacher called me the day after we took our final. And coincidentally, that was the first final I had for that week. I had 2 finals, and she called me the day before I was supposed to take my second final and told me that I hadn't passed it. So because I had another final the next day, I didn't really get to, wallow in my misery and cry and rant and be all pissed about it. So I really didn't have the time to just, be upset about it. Because I had to pass another test, which it was still up in the air whether I was going to pass that class or not. But I ended up passing that class. I passed PEDS and OB with a good enough score to pass the class. I passed the final with a good enough score to pass the class. So, yeah. So after that whole ordeal, I kind of knew that I wasn't necessarily in danger of being kicked out of the program, because I knew that we get one chance to to fail or to drop a course in that program. You get just one and done. That's all you get. So I knew that, and I don't have a bad record with them or anything. Like, I think that I do pretty well within the program, other than like struggling with the tests, which are they're really hard tests. So anyway, and honestly, thinking back on it, I'm glad that if it was going to happen, that it happened during third semester, because third semester is the toughest. So that should be your one get out of jail free card if you need it, is third semester. If I had a failed first semester or second semester and then went into third semester, the way that it was set up and the way that things played out, I really probably would have been in danger of being kicked out of the program. But that's actually what took me so long to do this video, is because I wanted to make sure that I was still able to continue on the program before I really just talked about it publicly. So anyway, so after all that happened, they contacted me afterwards and basically said, you need to do this, this, and this, A, B, and C. The school, the committee or whatever that handles all of these situations basically gave me a shopping list of things that I needed to do in order to kind of like prove that I really wanted to stay in the program. They gave me some testing. They made me do a lot, really like a shit ton of questions, like NCLEX style questions, to turn into them before I was officially accepted back into the program. So that happened. I guess about a week or 2 before the semester started, they went ahead and told me that I was back in the class, and they went ahead and enrolled me in Adult Health 2 Part 2. Adult Health 2 Part 2. So, it is January 29th, so that means that school started on the 19th, so it's been a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that, since I've been back in school taking this class again. It really is a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and then the way that my program is set up, they don't really do classes like in between 16 weeks courses. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't take like a mini semester or take this course within 4 weeks in order to knock it out. Because I think that I probably would be able to do all of this within 4 weeks, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, but they only allow us to do long 16-week courses. So I'm rather bummed that I'm not going to be able to graduate with my people, because the way that it's set up is that I have to repeat this semester, and then I'll go into fourth semester in the fall. Yeah, in the fall. So that means instead of graduating in May, I'll be graduating in December. Which sucks. It really sucks. Like, when I really think about it, I'm like, oh, it sucks. Like, I gotta wait a whole nother year to graduate. But I'm confident that I will do better in this course this go round. And also that I'll probably be more prepared going into fourth semester when I'll actually start doing real nursing, like real nursing. Like, I think that we have like a 6-week preceptorship at the end of our fourth semester. So I know that doing this again will only aid me in being a better nurse and reinforce the things that I learned last semester. But it just sucks I'm not gonna be able to graduate in May. I'm rather sad about that, but the saving grace is that I'm going to be able to finish, and I know when the finishing date is. It's not like it's a crazy amount of time, but it is a whole year. So yeah, I'm gearing up. I got one more week before my first test, and you know, I'm I'm feeling okay about it. I'm feeling like being back in this course, and it's so crazy because time is so weird. I feel like I've been in this program for a really long time already. Like, I was sitting in lecture yesterday with my clinical professor from second semester. I actually did a lecture yesterday in one of our for our course for cancer. And when I was looking at her, I was like, man, it just feels like second semester was such a long time ago. And it was like it's like a year ago. But I don't know. It's just time is so weird. It's just so weird. Like, I feel like I've been in this program for a long time already, and I still got another year to go. Well, two more semesters to go, including this semester. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on here and update you guys. I just been, putting this off for a while just because I really was waiting to see what was gonna happen before I said anything. So but yeah, I'm now in that one group that can say that they failed a nursing course. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. But it doesn't feel good, and I'm definitely more determined at this point to just really work my ass off and get this done more than and that's saying a lot because I've been working my ass off, but to just like finish this and be done with it. Because I'm tired. If y'all can't tell by looking at me, I'm tired. This shit is really dragging me down emotionally. But also, I feel like some positive things have kind of come out of this, being a new year and trying to turn the page. I've realized some things, and I believe that, with me failing this course, it's opened up my life to be, I think, just a little bit easier. I know it's still not easy, but because I don't have a full course load this semester, I'm just taking that one class. It's opened up my schedule a bit, to be able to do other things like work, because I'm tired of being broke, or just live life, like I've been doing this thing for so long, and I've had my eye, like I've had my tunnel vision going on for so long. I've not been able to like really just look up and like look around and try to figure out what I need out of life. I'm passionate about what I do, and I know why I'm doing it, and I've just been working so hard and so diligently that I think that God has opened up the universe in order for me to be fulfilled in other ways outside of nursing school. I feel like this is pretty much this situation with nursing school. The degree is pretty much got. It's got, and I'm glad that my life has been set up in order for me to go ahead and accomplish that. And I know it's going to happen in its own time. But, you know, we have to be able to be open to like live life. If COVID has taught us anything, that we need to be living our lives, like we really should be enjoying the time that we have here. And even though it's unfortunate, even though it sucks because I'm not going to graduate here in May, I believe it's a gift a little bit. It's a gift for me to be able to breathe a little bit and, really take things in and not just be on go all the time. So I'm grateful for that. I am. I'm grateful for that. Even, in the midst of the BS, finding reasons to be grateful and be positive about it. And then also, on top of that, another thing that has been good about this situation is that I have been able to, I may be able to graduate with 2 degrees instead of one. Two instead of one. Because I really have a lot of credits, and I started looking into it, and with the college that I go to, they offer 2 degrees that could quite possibly match all the credits that I do have in order to possibly graduate in December with 2 degrees. If I really push and able to squeeze 3 more classes in. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Like, they're basic courses. I think it's like 2 governments and a math. And I may be able to do that this summer if I'm able to like really push that shit out. By December, your girl gonna graduate with 2 degrees. So, and I probably wouldn't have even thought about pursuing that if, my graduation was going to be in May. So it may be all worth it in the end. That's what I'm praying for. I'm just trying to look for the positive things. So that's where I'm at. I don't know. Life, right? So, I'm going to go ahead and post this just to get it out the way, just to say that I did it. If y'all have any questions, any comments, you know where to find me. Leave your comments and your questions. And I hope that this can find somebody who is kind of going through the same thing or just found out that they failed a course. It's not the end. Find another way. Be positive. It's not the end of the world. It happens all the time, more than you think. It's not the end of the world. Keep pressing. Keep going. Stay positive, stay positive, stay positive.